All right, now we're going to look at some musical instruments. Some of them you may have seen something like, some of them probably not. This one here is just like a popsicle stick that's been stapled on a half a sheet of a 3x5 index card. We put some pencil erasers on the end and then a rubber band around them on the outside, which holds them on. And then we put a long string on it, okay? All right, and if you take this, over here where I have some room, and if you take that and swing it, and it makes kind of a humming noise, okay, because the vibrations going through that rubber band. And I've actually done it with different size rubber bands, and sometimes you get different sounds just based on the rubber bands. And it's called a bee hummer because it sounds a little bit like a bee chasing you or something like that, okay? You can make one of those if you'd like. After all, what are you doing during quarantine? Just sitting around not doing a whole lot of anything, probably. So it's time for a break, all right? That would definitely be different. Not everybody can say that they've done that. Now, the next thing is to tie string around a fork. Once again, something you can do, and I'll show you this, but you can't really appreciate it unless you do it yourself. And if you wrap the strings around your finger, put the fingers in your ear. It's just your earwax, so it's okay. Don't share earwax with anybody. That might be a coronavirus. Okay, and if you bang it into something, you will find that instead of just a little ting-ting that you're hearing, I'm hearing a bell ringing. And very nice. And it's because the sound travels through the metal fork, through the solid string, and into my ears, and it travels faster and better, and you get a much richer tone if you do that. Then you just have to try it to see it, though, to really believe it. All right? All right. The next thing we have, I guess we should do this one. This is a coffee can. Coffee can has a rubber band stretched across the top. Now, if I put it up against me and I hit it, you can hear some sound or not. If I take it away from me, it has a much deeper, better sound. And that is because this makes a resonating chamber that kind of amplifies the sound and gives a much richer sound. And if I cover up, it doesn't sound nearly as impressive, okay? And that's, once again, the idea of resonating chamber, just like the part of a guitar behind the strings. The same thing with the drums. You can do that. All right. Now another stretched balloon thing. This looks like a film canister with a balloon, yellow balloon stretched across the top, and it has an opening down here. You can blow on it. But it's got a hole in the middle of it, so it's just a thin double layer here. And if you're going to a sporting event and they said, of course, you can't take an air horn inside because they're too loud, I would suggest one of these. So if I blow on this, it makes a pretty good sound just for a little thing like that, and you stick it in your pocket. I don't know who did that, if they complain about it. All right. Still going with the kind of balloon theme and so forth. All right. This is a rubber glove. That should be a lot of those around these days. All right. You got a PVC pipe here. You just tape the hand where your hand would go in, the opening around the PVC pipe. And then you cut off the end of the thumb and put in a straw and then tape it tight. All right. Then if you hold it, and you blow the straw, it'll blow up the airbag. You want to kind of hold that tight around the pipe, but you want to leave a little bit of room so air can escape and vibrate. And this is known as the rubber glove bagpipes. All right. Notice once again, if I put the pipe up against me, the air can't travel through there, and there is no vibrations, and therefore the vibrating column of air can't make it sound, and you don't hear anything. But since you're at home, got lots of spare time, you can make one of those. And if you get different sizes, diameter of pipe, and different lengths of pipe, you can see how that affects it. And who knows, maybe the whole family could have a band. All right. So anyhow, other things we have, you've probably seen these before. This is a sound tube. All right. And as you swing it, air passes through here and hits the ridges and vibrates, makes a sound. But depending on how fast, it changes the frequency of the air going through it, and you can actually get different frequencies. So we start at our basic frequency, and there's at least, some people said they can get up to 5 different sounds. There's at least 3. But anyhow, you can get your own and try that sometime. If we were in class, everybody would be coming around with these, laying it on my desk at the front of the class period and using them all the time until it drives me nuts, so then I have to put them up. So, anyhow, but they're kind of cool. Now, similar to those, but a little bit different, are boom whackers. You may have seen these. You've had them in elementary school or something. All right. And these are just plastic tubes. All right, empty tubes, nothing there. Okay, but they're plastic tubes, But when you hit them, the air sets up vibrations and it goes through the tube. And because of the different lengths, there will be different notes. Notice high C, this is a low B, and there's E. So going down, that goes up the scale. Going down the scale, the longer the tube, I may have said that wrong a minute ago, the longer the tube, the lower pitched it's going to be. This would be the same thing, for example, if you're talking about a column of air, or like on my harmonica reeds, the longer the reed, the lower the sound. That's just how it is. So, now, if I were really good, I could play you a song, and if we had the whole class here, I'm sure we could play a symphony, but unfortunately, we can't do that right now. So, basically, that's it. Just wanted to see some of the instruments we talked about and how they work and how the resonation and standing waves and all that stuff works. I hope you're having a good time. Feel free, like I said, to make as many of these as you would like.